I wake up. The first sound I hear is the alarm clock. It rings steadily, piercingly, as if an invisible hand is dragging me out of a place I no longer belong to. Light seeps through the gap in the curtains, striking my face. I squint. The room is the same old clock on the wall, the same worn wooden desk. The air still smells damp, like a layer of dust that's never been cleaned away. I don't remember when I fell asleep. I don't remember what the night was like. All I know is I'm here again. I step out of bed, my feet touching the floor. Cold. The cold seeps into my skin, too real to be a dream. But in my head, a small voice whispers, "You felt this cold before." I ignore it, walk to the kitchen. The cup of coffee is still half full, cold, as if I had just left it there minutes ago. Outside the window, fog blankets everything. There's no sun, only a pale, tired kind of light. I step onto the street. People are moving around. Every face looks familiar. They walk along pre-drawn paths, like actors in an old play. A woman passes by me. Her eyes never meet mine. Every movement of hers, every breath, every click of her heels matches my memory of yesterday. Except, I'm not sure yesterday ever existed. I keep walking. The hum of motorbikes, the honking, the street vendors' calls, all merge into a flat background noise. No rise, no fall, nothing out of place. Like a tape being played on repeat. I reach my workplace. The glass door opens with the same soft click. The same faces, the same fake smiles, the same empty greetings. Everything feels pre-recorded. I try to change something. I sit at someone else's desk. No one reacts. I scream into a coworker's ear. They don't turn around. I throw a chair at the wall. It shatters into pieces, yet no one looks up. I leave the room, then go back. The chair is whole again, as if nothing ever happened. A chill runs down my spine. I start to realize I'm not standing in a new day. I'm just replaying a copy of something, a dream or worse, a memory trapped forever. Night falls. I try to sleep, but I know the moment I close my eyes, I'll wake up in that same room, and I do. The alarm, the dim light, the cold air, the stale coffee, everything returns. I start counting. Every tick of the clock matches yesterday's. I count my steps, my breaths, even the moment the stray cat runs past my window. At 7:18 a.m., it runs. The next day, 7:18. The third, still 7:18. I try to get ahead of it. I stand by the window waiting, and still, the cat runs right past me. Same posture, same speed, same eyes, as if I were part of its performance. I begin keeping a journal, writing down every detail, every move. I plaster notes all over the walls to look for differences, but each morning, they're gone. The walls are blank, white, cold, soulless. The more I try to remember, the faster I forget. It's as if an invisible hand keeps erasing every trace I leave behind. The 10th night, or maybe more, I've lost count. I sit in the dark, listening. Not the wind, not the traffic. Something else, faint, threading deep into my skull. A whispering sound, like someone breathing right behind me. I turn around. No one. I start talking to myself, just to hear a human voice, but even my own voice starts to distort. One night, I try not to sleep. I sit and watch the clock. My eyes burn, my heart pounds, but no matter how I fight it, darkness swallows me whole. When I open my eyes, I'm back in the room. I didn't need to sleep. It pulled me back anyway. Then I understand. This isn't a dream I can wake from. It's a closed space, a sealed layer of dreaming. I try to feel pain. I slammed my hand against the wall. I bite my lip until it bleeds. Nothing. No pain. Not real. I jumped from the third-floor window. The moment I hit the ground, everything goes black. Then the alarm rings again. No death, no awakening, just another reset. Time has no meaning now. There's no line between day and night. Only the room, the ringing, the dim light, and the sense that someone is standing just beyond my sight. At first, I was afraid, then exhausted. Now, I'm just empty. Repetition erodes every emotion. I look in the mirror. My face is the same, but something's off. My eyes, hollow, like a corpse that forgot to die. One day on the street, I notice a figure standing motionless in the distance. It doesn't move, its face unclear. I walk towards it, and it dissolves like smoke. The next day, it's there again, closer. Each day, the distance between us shrinks, until one morning, when I open my eyes, it's standing right beside my bed. I don't move. Its breath is cold against my ear, and then it vanishes. From that moment, I know I'm not alone in this loop anymore. I start noticing small glitches, a window out of place, a street longer than it should be, faces blurring like smudged paint. I run like hell, searching for a way out, but every road leads back to the room, a closed spiral. I scream, but my scream echoes back, repeated. Same voice, but not mine. One day, I find a note on my desk. The handwriting is mine, but I don't remember writing it. Don't try to escape. You're just waking up into another dream. I crush the paper and throw it away. Next morning, it's back. Same creases, same folds. My memories begin to crack. I don't remember who I am. I don't remember my name. I don't remember why I'm here.
All I know is I once woke up. And since then, I've never woken up again. Everything fades. People outside no longer have faces. Just shadows, moving like puppets on strings. I start to wonder, am I still real? Or am I just a loop inside someone else's dream? I look into the mirror, and I see myself sleeping on the bed. The light in the mirror is different, the colors wrong. I step closer, touch the glass. It's freezing, but something pulls back. When I stare deeper, the man in the mirror smiles, and then he opens his eyes. Darkness devours me. The alarm clock rings. I'm here again. But this time, there are no curtains, no light, only a shadow standing in the corner. I know who he is, me. I've lost the ability to tell what's dream and what's real. Every time I wake up, it's just another layer of the same nightmare. I can't remember when I last truly lived. All I know is, every time the alarm rings, a part of me disappears, until one day there'll be nothing left to wake up. When the dream refuses to end, perhaps the dreamer was devoured long ago.